Hi, today I'm reviewing the Summer Fridays Jet Lag Mask. And really quick, I just want to say I purchase all these products with my own money, so you know you can trust my opinion is what I honestly believe. And if you want to help support the channel, click on the Amazon link below before you make your purchase. So this is a new product to Sephora from a brand that I hadn't heard of before, so I assume it's a new brand. But it's a jet lag mask, which is meant to be a face mask you would apply to clean skin. Leave on for 10-20 minutes, however long you feel, and then rinse or tissue off. And I must recommend that you tissue it off. I think you'll notice better results than if you just rinse it off. So anyway, let me start with my Sarah score, and I'll let you guys know what I think of it. So my first criteria is packaging, and they've done a good job packaging this, and it's opaque tube, so it protects all of the ingredients from light and air, so they get a thumb up there. Number 2 is alcohol, and there is no denatured alcohol included in this, so it gets a thumb up for me there as well. Now, number 3 is fragrance, and unfortunately, they have chosen to include a few fragrant components. Those are cornmint oil, which I hadn't really heard much of before, cornmint oil, peppermint oil, and then orange peel oil. And probably of the 3, the peppermint oil is the one you'll notice the most. It gives the mask kind of a tingling effect, but the tingling effect is probably more like some of that damage being done to your skin. Peppermint is it's a very strong ingredient, and it can very much hurt your skin even if you don't notice that your skin is being damaged by it. So thankfully on the mask, it's towards the end of the ingredients. So let me show you the last like 3 lines. Those are the cornmint, peppermint, and orange peel oil. So it's not as big of an issue as had they included it at the very top, but it still would be much better without those ingredients. And you'll probably notice when you apply the mask, if you pick it up or grab a sample, that you do notice a tingling effect, which is probably the peppermint and cornmint oil. So would have been much better without those, but nothing I can do about it now. On their website, though, it says there's a very small amount of peppermint oil, cornmint oil, and orange oil to give this mask a tingling effect on the skin, which naturally smells amazing too. So would be better without that, though. So number 4 is the manufacturing location, and interestingly enough, I couldn't find a ton of information out, and so far, since I've started reviewing, every product has had where it's manufactured somewhere on the box or the bottle. And interestingly enough, on this product, I couldn't find it anywhere on the box or the bottle, so I went to their website on Sephora. I couldn't find that out there, and then I went to the Summer Fridays website, and they didn't have it listed there either. And so I thought I'd just call them before I did the review really quick, and their website doesn't list any phone numbers. It only has an email, so I couldn't find anything out for that. And it's a little disappointing that they didn't even list a phone number to somebody that could just tell me that really quick. It would take 5 seconds, but they didn't. So I've sent an email out to them, so hopefully before I put this review up, they'll let me know. I assume it's probably the U.S., but I'll let you know. See the comments below, and I'll let you know what I found out if they email me back or not. I'm assuming it's the U.S. because the address for the company is, I think it's based in California. So anyway, that's my little soapbox. I just wish they would have put that out there. I'm not sure if it's a labeling law or anything, but every other product I've reviewed has had it on there except for this one. So anyway, I gave them a thumb down for that, and I'll let you know what I find out. So number 5 is ease of use, and it's very easy to use. You would cleanse your skin and just apply a thin layer of it to your skin and let it sit as long as you feel comfortable. 10-20 minutes is usually what I do, but you'd apply it to your skin, let it sit for that amount of time, 10-20 minutes, and then you can either rinse it off or tissue it off. I always rinse it off, and the only reason I do that is because of that tingling from the mints, the cornmint and the peppermint. Because if you tissue it off, you're probably still going to have some of that tingling feeling as opposed to rinsing it off. But the only problem with rinsing it off is you rinse off the good stuff as well. So if the tingling doesn't bother you a lot, I'd recommend tissuing it off. So anyway, but it's easy to use. It's just a mask. So number 6 is the antioxidants, and this does include a good amount of antioxidants. It's got some good vitamins in there. Vitamin C is in there. Vitamin E, which is very hydrating. It's got several different ceramides, it's good to see those in some products because I don't see those a lot. Sodium hyaluronate, arginine. So it's got a lot of good antioxidants, and thankfully they have packaged this in a nice opaque tube so those will remain stable and not degrade. So they've done a very good job, including some good antioxidants that will certainly help hydrate your skin. And I used this after a 24-hour flight, and it felt nice on my skin, but after rinsing off, it felt like most of the benefits stopped. And, you know, if you don't have a ton of money to spend on cosmetics, definitely spend the most money on the products that will stay on your skin the longest. So a cleanser, you'd probably want to spend the least amount of money on. Masks would be another one that you want to spend because those sit on your skin for 10-20 minutes, unless it's a leave-on mask or an overnight mask. So anyway, that's kind of my rule of thumb. The products that will be on your skin the longest, spend the most on those, and the least on the products that will be on your skin the shortest amount of time. So anyway, so it's got some good antioxidants in there. Number 7 is animal testing. And they're not rated or anything yet on any of the animal testing websites, but on the box and on Sephora it says that they are committed not to testing on animals. So I gave them a thumb up on that. Hopefully they're telling the truth. I'm sure they are, but a lot of companies kind of parade around that. Number 8 is performance, and I gave it a thumb down there because after rinsing it off after my long flight, I felt like all the benefits kind of stopped. If you tissue it off, I think you'll have much better luck and it'll perform much better for you because some of the product will still be left on skin. But I just couldn't stand that tingling much longer, so it's kind of a toss-up there. Number 9 is the price, and it's $48 if you pick it up at Sephora. I'm sure you can find it at other places too, or on their website. But the tube is over 2 ounces, and it just takes a very small amount to cover your skin, so it will last quite a while. And since it's packaged well, you'll get even more use from it because you don't have to worry about the good stuff degrading. So I gave it a thumb up there. And number 10 is the It Factor, and I didn't give it a thumb up there yet. I haven't seen it as much from this brand yet. I don't know if you guys fly a lot, you'll probably see a little bit more of an It Factor there, but once this brand comes out with more, I'll have a better feeling in terms of their It Factor. But although it did get me to purchase it, and it's been kind of written about online quite a bit. So anyway, so on my scale of 1 to 10, this got a 6 out of 10, which is pretty good for a brand new brand that I had not heard of. I think that's 1 thumb up. So they did a good job. There's a few tweaks I would have made, and this would have helped the rating, but anyway, I'm interested if you guys have had a chance to check this out yet or not, or if you'll be picking it up. So leave me a note with your thoughts, and check the comments below, and I'll let you know if I hear back from them on the manufacturing location. So anyway, leave a comment. Feel free to subscribe if you're not already. I come with at least 1 new review every day. And check out nopusbeauty.net. Thank you so much, guys. Hi, this is Sarah from No BS Beauty, and I'm proud to offer you one of my first products, and it is a stainless steel makeup palette, and I've been using ones like these for quite a while, and it makes it a lot easier to mix kind of custom foundation shades, custom serums, custom lip colors. You need something like this in your makeup routine to make things a lot easier. And all the profits from it will go to help the channel, which I'm independent and I purchase all the products with my own money. So definitely all of the profits will go so I can continue to bring you good reviews. But, you know, things I like to use are retinol. Retinol is definitely a good thing to use. But sometimes some of them can be a little too strong. So sometimes I like to mix them with other serums. So I'll use this to kind of custom make my retinol at night. So it's a little bit less irritating when you mix it in with something else. Or another thing you can do is mix in a vitamin C. Some of these can be a little oily or greasy, so sometimes it's nice to be able to mix it in with another serum. So I like to use the Clinique one, and I'll mix this in just a little bit because otherwise sometimes it can be a little too oily. And I'll mix it in, and in the morning I'll apply it all over my face before sunscreen. And another good vitamin C serum I like is the Dermadoctor one, but sometimes using the dropper with that can be a little messy, so sometimes I just like to mix just a little bit in with another serum. I love the First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Serum, definitely a holy grail of mine. And I like to mix that in with it as well. Or sometimes before I go to bed, if I've got something else going on the next day, I like to mix in a little bit of tanner, self-tanner, but sometimes if you use it alone, it can get a little too orange or a little too dark. So sometimes mixing that in with another serum makes it definitely a lot better and a lot more moisturizing for your skin as well. So definitely something you can use in your serums or your kind of custom make your own skincare routine by using that and mixing up all these products. So definitely something worth considering there. And I also like to use it to mix in some of my custom foundations. So let me show you that too. Another thing I've been using this palette for is mixing and kind of customizing my own foundation. You can almost create a specific color if you have certain foundations that don't mesh well with your skin tone or even your skin texture. You can almost create your own custom foundation. One foundation I love is the Bare Minerals Bare Pro. However, sometimes I can find it to be a little too drying and almost kind of giving you more of a matte finish. So sometimes I'll mix in a little bit of the Josie Mara and Argan Moonstone drops with it and then use it. And it kind of helps kind of lessen the color and kind of give it a little bit more of a glowy look. Another thing I like to use is mixing in sometimes with oil with a foundation. And sometimes that gives you more of a dewy look. So sometimes I'll mix that in with the Dr. Jart. And it helps give you a little bit more of a glow to it. So sometimes mix in just a little bit in. And you definitely want to be careful with what you're mixing just to make sure that the ingredients are compatible, because certain types of foundations don't work well with certain types of other ingredients. But something to consider, definitely. But you can almost create your own custom look. I love this. But sometimes I feel like I need a little bit of a glow to it. So I'll mix in some of my NYX Born to Glow Illuminator with it. So you can definitely do that. Also, Cover FX makes a great, they're custom cover drops, but you can use these to alter the color of any foundation. So this is great to mix that with. Just give it a couple drops there. And then mix that in with another foundation to make it either lighter or darker. The Ordinary Serum Foundation is great, but I found it difficult to get the exact color. So sometimes mixing the other colors works well. Cover FX also has these new glitter drops. So sometimes it's nice to be able to use this to mix in with either a foundation or just to put it on this. And then you can use a brush to either dip it in and apply it as eyeshadow, or dip it in and apply it onto lips as kind of a lipstick cover. So there's definitely some great options, and definitely love some of Cover FX's custom enhancer drops, but you can use this to mix it in with almost any different type of foundation and add a little bit of color here and there. But definitely using this, and if you use a sponge or a beauty blender, you can get that damp and then just use this to dip it in and apply it. It makes it a heck of a lot easier than trying to do it in your hand, or I don't know where else you would even, maybe the lid of another product, but this definitely makes all of that a heck of a lot easier. So it's definitely something worth picking up. And all of the profits from the sales of this palette will go to support my independent reviews. I purchase all the products myself just so I can give you an honest opinion as opposed to somebody that gets the products for free to review. I personally like to purchase them so I can give you my completely objective review without having to feel like I owe a company anything because they gave me something free. So all the profits will go to help support those reviews.